Okay, I thought I would do a quick video on how I meditate, and it's not because I'm like so expert or that it's the right way or anything like that. It's just it's in case you are curious about it, and this is kind of how I do it. So, but there's lots of different ways to meditate. Someone left in the comments a little while back, about a week ago, and I kicked myself because I had left it. I saw it and I thought it was great, and I had meant to give it more attention later and come back to it, and then I couldn't find it. So I don't know who it was. I know you were a regular. I remember that. But if you happen to see this, please leave your name down below that you were the one. But they were suggesting maybe that I do something more of like a guided meditation. However, I wouldn't be very good at that because I don't really use those kinds of tools. So it would be kind of boring. It would just be like me sitting here in silence with my eyes closed. So I'm not really like, I don't know. I wouldn't know how to do the whole, close your eyes and drift away. I don't know. I wouldn't be that good at that. And I think those things are good, sometimes. Just be careful they're not hypnotizing you. But I just, I don't know how to do that necessarily. But I did think it was a fantastic idea for some sort of like, or incorporating it in like a group meditation or something. But anyway, my point was that it struck me that I could just do a simple video on how to meditate, or and there again, there's many techniques. So what I do typically is I just sit. I don't sit like super cross-legged and all that. I just kind of sit. I do tuck my foot in against my like thigh or inner leg or whatever. I do that. I mean, you can do the whole thing like this, but then your knees really aren't balanced unless you're super duper limber and can sit that way for like a really long time. Okay. So I typically just sit kind of cross-legged. A wooden chair is a really good option if you can't really comfortably sit like this on the floor. A wooden chair is fantastic. Any chair is fine. It doesn't really matter all the technicalities. A wooden chair is a little bit more ideal, but it's not necessary. Also, wool is also very nice. Again, just a technicality. It doesn't have to be. But wool has certain properties and energies and kind of will take on certain vibrations and things. So, if you do have like a nice wool rug or something like that. And you can't tell, but I'm actually sitting on a pillow just to kind of raise myself up a little so that I'm angled to the floor and that my knees can be kind of on the ground, okay? So basically, it's not much. It's not very difficult, okay? It's weird because it really is difficult if you're just beginning, because it's hard to sort of just be quiet for like a period of time. So what I recommend is 15 minutes every single day, no matter what. Every single day, 15 minutes, at least 15 minutes. I don't suggest setting a timer. Just sort of do it, and you kind of know when 15 minutes is 15 minutes, right? So if you can go longer, great. All the better. So basically what I do is I sit like this, palms up, okay? Every once in a while, I will do this and just kind of lay my hands lightly like this, but open, very open. But mostly I just do palms up. I don't do any special mudras or anything like that when I meditate, okay? And I close my eyes, and for breathing, I just do nose breathing. I don't do any, I mean, there's a lot of breathing techniques and fancy things like that, but that stuff's later. So for now, I just do nose breathing when I meditate. So it's in through the nose, and you kind of feel your stomach expand a little bit, and then out through the nose, and the stomach goes in. So it's in the nose, and your stomach goes out, and then your stomach goes in, and then out the nose. Okay. But I don't force that or try to expand my stomach and bring it in. I mean, not unless I'm doing crazy breathing techniques, which again, that's later. So just try to keep it calm and simple. Okay. If you can, if you have trouble breathing through your nose, if you have like sinus issues or allergies, do the best you can, Okay. So, palms up, and I close my eyes and I look. It's kind of complicated, but it's simple. Okay. So when my eyes are closed, I'm actually looking upward. Okay, I don't roll my eyes back into the top of my head or anything like that, but I kind of imagine, like I have my eyes closed now, and I kind of like lift my gaze up to about this level, okay? And then I try to keep focused on the center as much as possible. Now, don't cross eyes, that you'll feel, if you feel like you're doing like a cross-eyed thing, then you're going to feel strain, and then that's too much. So it's not about being cross-eyed and looking into the center and moving your pupils that way. It's just sort of resting your gaze up around in here upward, but then trying to focus on the center point between the both eyes, okay? So in the beginning, I would suggest maybe thinking of some nice scenery or something that makes you feel peaceful, like the beach or like a forest or a pond or, whatever, some kind of nice place that makes you feel serene. And just try to imagine that place and that you're sitting there just for a little while, just to kind of get yourself calm and with the breathing and so forth. And then kind of let that go. And don't be worried, because a lot of things are going to bombard you. I mean, you're going to be sitting there trying to be peaceful in your forest, and then, this thought's going to come in like, oh, fuck, I forgot to call the such and such, or, oh, did I turn the oven off? Or, whatever, or, oh, I got to do that thing tomorrow. There's going to be things that are going to pop into your head and bombard you. So when they do, it's like, just look at them and then, and just excuse them, for the time being, and always come back to center. Just always bring your gaze back up to that center point, okay? Just keep at it. And after a while, it will be much easier, and those things will not bombard you so much, which is kind of the purpose of meditation. There's a lot of purpose to meditation. It is the single most amazing natural tool that our bodies have. Okay, I'm absolutely think that is true. But anyway, I don't want to get into too many technical things or whatever. So this is just a simple video on how I do it. So that's it. Palms up. Also, I forgot to mention posture. I have the worst posture ever, but when I meditate, I do not. So, you want to sit up very, very straight, shoulders squared, arms out, palms up, okay? Or resting lightly like this is okay too. I don't suggest any weird mudras or anything like that when you're first starting off. Close your eyes, put your gaze up to about in here to the center. Breathe in, breathe out, okay? And I'm not sitting up straight because I'm trying to show you what I'm doing. I don't have any fancy lenses for taking this shot. So anyway, that's what I do, and I do that for at least 15 minutes. I also, once you have that scene in your head, like the park or the beach or whatever it is, and you kind of let that go after a little while, maybe just try to think of a symbol or something in the center that will bring you back. So for instance, for beginners, it's often suggested to think of like the shape of a star. So once you kind of have your little beach moment, and you feel like you're kind of getting calm, then let's put that away and then just kind of focus that there's like a star, up here in the center. And, maybe make it a light, a color or whatever, or white, whatever you want to do. And just every time those thoughts come into your head about, oh, I forgot to do this, I forgot to do that, oh, I got to do this, then go back to the star. Always just go back to the star or whatever it is that you choose. Okay. So that's it. I do that at least 15 minutes a day. I just now started getting back into it. I meditated many, many years diligently, and then slacked off many, many years just as diligently. So I'm just now getting back into it again, and the benefits are just amazing and endless. I mean, for physical health, for mental health, for spiritual health, for all kinds of health. Okay. So anyway, and the reason I made this today is because of the Libra full moon. And I thought, and it's the equinox, so it's like balance, 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 balance. And I thought it would be a perfect opportunity to start today. So if you've never tried it, give it a shot and give it a try. It might be something that will become like a new type of skill for you. So, all right, thanks guys. And hope this was of some interest. All right, bye.